Let's go. Look at that, huh? Rock solid. Let's go. I got a fresh Folgers, as you can see. Gotta show that. Look at that fine drip. Listen to this sound. That's when you know it's done. Ready? Boom. Yeah, there it is, man. I'll tell you guys what that is. That is a Folgers. Hold on. Let me make sure we're live over here, too. All of that probably was... The replay unit's probably catching all that. The live unit probably didn't catch all that. Live unit is like, what's BC talking about? What is BC talking about? BC's wild. Anyway, we got a fresh Folgers. We're going to drink this black. I got no cream, no sugar in the coffee bar. If you caught the Monday Night Raw review, you know I pretty much deconstructed the coffee bar. That show put me over the edge. I'm just done with 3 hours every single Monday night of being subpar television, and that's all it is. Whether you like it or not, Monday Night Raw, that's your prerogative. Whether it's a good show or not, that's not a prerogative. That's not an opinion. It's just not. It's not. 3 hours on a primetime television show. I got two dudes talking about a bracelet for 86 months. I got Randy and Gunther. Randy from SmackDown, because of something that happened a few months ago. He got his shoulder up and nobody wanted to talk about it till now. Now all of a sudden he gets a title match. And they're just talking to one another. Ludwig takes him out just for him to take out Ludwig in the main. I waited 3 hours to watch Randy take out Ludwig. Ludwig! I got 3 tag teams for the women's division in a title match. All 3 are basically heels, including Damage Control. When that match was over, even the live crowd was sitting on their thumbs. Crickets you could hear. I got Ivy and Maxine wrestling 90 seconds till the lights go out, and then Gable's new stable is battling the Wyatts. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if you're getting paid nearly 6 figures to be a WWE creative writer? Hold on. Let me make sure my playback is good. Make sure my playback is good. Hello. Yeah. Oh yeah. We're starting off amplified, guys. We're not wasting any time. Welcome everybody. Welcome everyone to Monday Night Raw. I hate how they still do that, by the way. You notice they still do that? That's a Vince McMahon thing. Just like still using the term WWE Universe, which I still hear all the time. They also want to welcome you to Monday Night Raw every single Monday. That's a Vince McMahon thing. I'm noticing a lot of Vince-isms are still a part of this company, and until those things go away, you don't have to. It's out of character for a lot of these wrestlers, right? Just start your storyline. You don't have to stop what you're saying to go, oh, by the way, welcome everyone to Monday Night Raw. Thanks. Now that we're all freaking 2 years old again. Now that we all made this corny AF. It's dorky. Stop welcoming us to Raw. We know where we are. Enter your storyline, brah. So anyway, you have you have the Wyatts and you have the Wyatts in Gable's stable. What are the Wyatts even doing, man? Is that the best you got for the Wyatts? That's what you're gonna do for the Wyatts and Gable's stable. They're just gonna brawl every single week, and you're gonna tell me that's the best way to utilize the Wyatts? Could you guys imagine if you were getting paid nearly 6 figures a year to be a creative writer for this company, and all you're doing is you're taking your crayon and your postie pad, and this is what you're writing. Ivy and Maxine, they'll wrestle for 90 seconds. Gable's unit will enter. The lights will go out. The Wyatts will appear. They'll brawl. How'd I do, Hunter? I love it. Book it. Book it, 512. And creative writer 512 gets a bonus. He gets a raise. Because he wrote Maxine, Ivy wrestle 90 seconds, lights go out, Wyatts appear, brawl. And that's the best way we're going to do Monday Night Raw. No, this is childish, this is stupid. You can say what you want about other eras, but at least they got creative with their segments. I don't even care if they were copying Jerry Springer. At least they thought about things. This Monday Night Raw was just not good. If you liked it, that's your prerogative. That's your prerogative if you liked it. If you didn't like it, also that's your prerogative. Was it good or not? It just was not even close. Not even close. So I deconstructed the coffee bar. If you caught that review, I still haven't really I haven't brought it back up to par. I don't know if I'm going to bring back the coffee bar, to be honest. I don't know if I can distribute if you come into the coffee shop, I can't give you a coffee because I need all the coffee to get through a Monday Night Raw. I need the coffee. BC needs the coffee. I got to get through the 3 hours to do the notes for you guys so I can do the review for you guys. That's how this goes. I got to do it. Dante Jaron 23, 20 months membership, man. What is that? Is that a amplified superstar? 20 months. Anybody over a year in membership, man. That new superstar amplification is looking really good after your names. Dante Jaron 23, 20 months of membership, 20 months with BC in the amp unit. Dante Jaron 23. My first swig of this straight up black Folgers is going to be to you and Pimp Jesus, who is also celebrating 20 months of channel membership with a amplified superstar after his name. It is now time for the 20-month club. Also, let's do this! That means we're only 4 months away from those gold coffees. Anybody that's been a channel member 2 years, man, I can't wait to see how those look after the names. I already got them all ready to go off in 4 months. They're already made. They're put up on the channel. They passed approval. So it's going to be cool to see those gold coffees soon. Pretty cool. Also, before we get going, guys, we're going to talk Ricochet. We're going to talk Dynamite's rating. We're going to talk Chris Jericho snapping back at the critics of Chris Jericho's. He's got something to say to you guys. And we're also going to talk tonight's SmackDown. You're not going to believe what they're doing for tonight. Or I believe what they're doing anyway. Something that they definitely are, and what I believe it's going to lead to. You're not going to believe this. But before I do, there's a few more channel memberships I want to salute, and that is 20 months. Eric, man, the 20-month club is really rocking deep. We've had channel membership for 20 straight months now, guys, so that's why you're seeing the 20-month club show up and show out. 20 months, Eric Leno. Gold team, go! Eric Leno, salute, bro. Big shout out to Eric Leno. MD2O, gold card status. BC, gold team, go! Do you consider CM Punk larger than life? Also, 1 year tomorrow since we lost Bray. Yeah, I remember it was around my birthday, and we got the news about Bray Wyatt, and I just can't believe we came off of such a successful feud and story that Vincent Kennedy McMahon put together with LA Knight and Bray Wyatt. And it was just so well done. LA Knight, I told you guys going into that feud and during it. What'd I tell you guys? My longtime veterans will tell you. BC said, watch what happens here. LA Knight is going to gain a lot from this. He's going to lose, as he should. But LA Knight is going to gain tremendous victory in defeat, is what I call it. That's when you lose, but you basically came out the winner. The rub that Bray in this feud was going to give LA Knight. What happened, guys? What happened? Immediately, the LA Knight chants got loud AF right after that Bray Wyatt feud. And it's hard to believe that a few months later, Bray, unfortunately, passed on. But yeah, as far as MD2O, CM Punk being larger than life, I think if there wasn't that 10-year gap, maybe that would be yes. Now, I think it's in the eye of the beholder. He's polarizing AF. I don't know about larger than life. I don't know if I put CM Punk in Hulk Hogan conversation. I don't know if I put him in Steve Austin or Undertaker conversation. Be interesting to see what you guys have to say, man, either live. I know this is only on about an hour of notice that we are even going live. And I know YouTube does not push these live streams or any of my content anymore. But you guys are badass. You'll find it. But it'll be interesting live or my replay unit after this goes up on the channel if you guys feel that CM Punk is larger than life or not. I'm on the fence with that. Up front, I will say no. If he didn't miss that 10 years in WWE and over 8 years in pro wrestling in general, maybe that would be a definitive yes. But we'll see. You know, there's a couple of good years left with CM Punk, WWE, and a lot of good storylines, and we'll see, man. But polarizing for sure. When you're away for 10 years and they're still chanting your name, that is something wild. MD2O, appreciate it. DeMonte Ty Drew, also 20-month membership. 20 months, DeMonte Ty Drew, amplified superstar. badge after his name. Diamante Ty Drew says 20 months later, and I'm still here with you and the unit. Still at work. Just wanted to stop by and say what's up. Gold team, go! So Diamante Ty Drew at work, crushing it. Took a moment to pause, stop by and say what's up to all of you guys in BC. So, Diamante, I appreciate that and the fact that you're 20 months strong with this membership. Here's to another 20 months plus, bro. Rob Reverne, 2 months strong. Gold card. After Rob's name, Rob says BC Live with some lightning bolts. So, Rob Reverne is amplified for this stream. Love it. Yo, JR9 Gaming up in here live. 20 months. JR9, one of the very first ever channel members. Maybe the first. JR9 Gaming says, can't stay, but want to say what's up, BC. Also glad you enjoyed the NXT Roundup, even though there are zero positives outside of JC and Joe Hendry. No Mercy looks weak. Yeah, JR9, looking at how close No Mercy was and seeing that roundup, I was like, and JR9, I don't know if you caught yesterday's stream, but that woman's, I actually got to see most of that women's match, that schmaz. JR9, you might already be gone, but what was that? It was a number one contender, Jada Parker for Roxy's, right? Was that for Roxy's or was that for Kalani's? Whose title was that for? But anyway, this was a schmaz that, I mean, they tried to give you nonstop action, and they should have stopped a lot. Let it breathe. Sell. Think about what's next. Plan better. Do better. That was a hard match to get through, and JR9 is still up in here. Gauntlet Eliminator for Roxy's Championship. I like Jada Parker. I like Soul. I like all of them for the most part. A few of them should not have been in the match. A couple of them. I'm not going to name drop, because they really did try. But that was so sloppy, so messy, so bad, man. Like, I know what they were hoping for. We're going to give you ample amount of time. We're going to let you all go out there and rock out. Like you said, JR9, that's not the position they're ready for. They're not ready for that. And I'm fine with Jada winning, by the way. Jada's, Roxy, I think JR9, you said in your roundup as well, Roxy, Jada, both heels, no? Both heels. So Roxy continues to get a heel challenger. Some Lola Vice treatment. It's very, very odd what HBK is doing, but I wanted the best because I like so many of the individuals in the match. That was a hard match to get through, and unfortunately it was the only match I was able to see. Both heels just like Lola at Heatwave, JR9, yeah. I mean, that was rough, man. That was rough. I was really thinking like, oh, brah, I don't know. I don't know. There was individuals in that match that had no business being in that match. It was like they were playing wrestling. Dude, you're on primetime television on the USA Network. You have the WWE banner hanging behind you. What are you doing playing? There's girls in there. They're not even wrestlers. And they're in there trying to do the wrestling moves that they practiced. It was a rough watch. Never again should that happen. That was rough. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that and really was keen into your thoughts on that, JR9. Good roundup for sure. 20 months. Also, Jack Brewer, and it's funny story. JR9 and Jack Brewer were like minutes apart when we started channel membership 20 minutes ago. 20 minutes. 20 months ago. 20 minutes. We got a pretty good collection of members. 20 months ago, Jack Brewer and JR9 were like a 1-2 punch as the first ever channel member. So it's pretty cool that Jack Brewer was right after JR9 up in this chat. Jack Brewer, 20 months, superstar, amplified star. Jack Brewer says 4 months till I get the golden coffee. We'll watch the stream later at work currently, but I gave the like button a last ride and a Batista bomb. That's a combo finisher. That like button ain't getting up, bruh. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, smash the up if you guys don't mind. That goes for the live crowd and the replay unit. Jack Brewer, smash it at work. You know the deal, man. This will be up on the channel later, for sure. And here's to another 20 months. 4 months, you, JR9, Eric Leno, Diamante Ty Drew. Who else? So many other 20-monthers, man. All of you guys will be getting those gold coffee. I can't wait to see how those look, man, after the name. Pretty cool. Super chats, I'll get to you guys in just a little bit. I want to go over some of these stories because I know this is only on an hour notice. Some of you guys maybe at work, maybe at lunch for something, maybe got errands to do. I'll try to get some of these stories in. This is going to be roughly about an hour in totality. Let me get a swig of coffee for all my channel members first of all. We're going to drink it straight up black. This is a Folgers, so I got to do it, guys. I got to take a second here. The best part of waking up, it's Folgers in your cup. Folgers, it's in your motherfucking cup. Salute, unit. Ah, man. Straight up black coffee, straight up black Folgers. There ain't nothing like that, bro. If you were not amplified before, that'll amplify you. Hey, James Shrimp Fajitas in the live chat. Salute right back to you. James Shrimp Fajitas, I need you to do me a favor. You're always telling me. James Shrimp Fajitas, keep on rocking, bro. James Shrimp Fajitas, he knows. What's up, Jasmine? Folgers? Yeah, no doubt. They used to play that commercial deep in the 80s or into the 90s. Guys, real quick, before I get to the longer conversation, which is obviously Rico and AEW, real quick, AEW Dynamite pulled a 698,000 viewership up against the National Convention, Democratic National Convention, I believe. Is that what it's called? DNC? Right? RNC, DNC. Yes, Democratic National Convention, I believe what it is called. Guys, I don't care. It's always something. You ever read the articles after ratings come out? It's always something, right? This week had stiff competition against the National Convention. This week it was against college football. This week it was against Major League Baseball playoffs. This week was a national holiday. This week was Auntie Judy's 140th birthday. You know, Judy Bagwell. Mama Bagwell. This week it's this. This week it's that. We get it, man. This week it's the Olympics. This week it's National Coffee Day. We get it. You could always come up with a reason why something else is competitive. Stop. Can we for once just have an article that says, hey, by the way, Dynamite couldn't even get 700,000 viewers. Hey, by the way, Monday Night Raw could not pull 1.7. They lost 250,000 viewers from last week. Why did Raw lose that? Let's not even say DNC. Let's say because their show wasn't good enough. So a lot of people, wanted to watch a bunch of old mofos tell a bunch of lies about what they're going to do with the country. And that's whatever aisle you sit at, by the way, whichever side you are with. Doesn't matter. You have a bunch of people telling you a bunch of things they're going to do, and most of it's not going to get done. Sorry to tell you that. That's more watchable than the professional wrestling show you love. It's supposed to be must-see TV. Come on, bro. Excusenists, absolutely. Nobody, and I do mean nobody, calms down on this channel. We are amplified. I hope that's understood. There's too much calming down, right? There's too much, it's okay, man. The ratings are in the toilet, but who cares, man? We get bangers. We're going to get 6 stars, man. I think Hunter's cooking. They pulled a 1.6. Stop. Dynamite is pulling 698K going into All In, a stadium show. Impact TNA. We won't even go over their numbers. The local bingo hall cannot fit 50 asses into the 50 seats that they set up. They're lying to you. The pro wrestling business is not booming. WWE's business is booming. Good for them. They found a way to continue the hot streak of money. Vince McMahon started it, right, with the big billion-dollar deals with Fox and USA Network's big deal, and then going to Saudi Arabia and getting $10 million. And now Nick Khan and Endeavor said, what if we take WWE and bring them all over the world, and we'll collect our money that way, right? tap into the kids market, right? So when you get to the States, the kids are going to drag their parents out. Listen at these events. Listen. It's high pitch, right? Those are the kids. And then their parents are joining in with little Timmy, right? Yeah, this is awesome. The parents don't even know the wrestlers' names. So they found a way. WWE is booming. That's great. The business isn't. Ask TNA if they're booming. Ask AEW if they're booming. Ask the local bingo hall in your town if it's booming. It's not booming. It's not booming. Simply not booming. Am I missing something, unit? What's booming in the wrestling business besides WWE? I would love to know. I would absolutely love to know what is booming in the pro wrestling world. Phenomenal Ace. Appreciate that. There's no time. I only have literally within an hour, and then I got a lot of business to take care of. I have no time to tell the lies. Well, when we gather, right? When we gather, we have to tell the truth because our whole goal is to make pro wrestling actually great again, right? But outside of WWE's business, and why do you care about their revenue, by the way? Outside of that, the pro wrestling world's not... Do you know how sad it is to look at AEW's number and see 698? Do you know they started at 1.4? Do you know they are less than half of their audience 5 or 6 years later? Less than half of their audience, and they're going into a stadium pay-per-view. Nobody should be applauding that, by the way. Keep the damn tribalism at home. Keep that away. Stop that. Competition is going to breed betterment, you would hope. Nobody should applaud AEW's downfall. This is sad. 698. They need to stop and say, what can we do? Because what they're doing is not working. 698 on the go home to Wembley. 698. 698. But we're told, calm down. Calm down. It's okay, everybody. It's okay. The thing that you love is really in dire straits. But calm down. We're going to get bangers. Right? Sheamus and Pete Dunne put on a banger Monday. Ricochet's going to AEW. We can see a bunch of bangers. We're going to see 6 stars, BC. It's just getting started. 6 stars, 7. Maybe Meltzer will give his first ever 10 stars, basically. Well, maybe he will give 10 stars. You know, it's rough. And that's the thing. Nobody will tell the truth, right? Because they want to believe that wrestling is like as hot as it once was, right? They truly want to believe that because WWE is pulling record revenue, right? And then they're not going to the local bingo hall, guys. They're not going to the local bingo hall and seeing how sad it is. When back in the day, man, you were feeling that. You know, you had that little ECW vibe. People were going to see, even if there was only like one name that you knew, you were going and you were filling that little bingo hall. You know, they're not looking at numbers. Those are the people that say ratings don't even matter. And they're not even understanding that this was just double 5 years ago. 698,000. That was double just 5 years ago. This has nothing to do with cord cutting or streaming. And if you're going to say, well, people just want to watch the highlights. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. You have to make them watch, man. That's what makes must-see TV and, I'll catch it later TV. Pro wrestling is something you have to watch live. At least it always was growing up. Never could you have told me that pro wrestling has become a show where you can just stream. You can watch this the next day. You ain't got to watch it live. Nothing happens. Why would you have to watch it live? So of course we got to tell the truth. Nobody else is doing the research, man. They're seeing WWE tout all their numbers and they're going, whoa, wrestling is hot. Wrestling is off the charts. I'm not seeing all the kids with the wrestling shirts on. Growing up, do you realize we all had wrestling shirts, even going to school, because it was actually cool? You didn't have to hide the fact that you watched wrestling. Nothing. Everyone had a shirt on. It didn't matter if it was DX Suck It or Austin 316. Maybe it was the Brahma Bull. Didn't matter. Maybe it was a Jericho shirt. Maybe it was NWO. Didn't matter if it was black and white or red and black. You don't see all these wrestling shirts today, man. It ain't. Cody Rhodes and all of them, they can say how hot the business is right now. It's not. Revenue is hot. Revenue is up in all areas. Ask Jordan Love how good revenue is. He's the quarterback for the Packers. He only played 1 year as a starter. He is now the most highly paid quarterback in NFL history. Yeah, everything went up revenue-wise, guys. That's the state of life. Everything, right? Netflix had to pay the $5 billion. Somebody who had to. They're off cable, and they had to be off cable because the same thing was going to happen with USA that happened with Fox. Fox looked at the numbers, looked at WWE, and said, no, thank you. We are done with our deal. Fox does not believe they got enough bang for their buck. Fox said goodbye. USA is looking at Raw's numbers and going, no, thank you. We'll stay in business with you, but we want SmackDown. We want to try to see if we can make this a success. They knew Raw's numbers were in the toilet. It's amazing to me that we still play this charade like pro wrestling. No, pro wrestling has a lot of fixing up to do. Pro wrestling is hurting right now big time, and we have to patch it up. But we can't do that if everyone's like, this is awesome. Did you see Monday Night Raw? Punk and Drew still arguing over the bracelet? This was fucking great. Randy Orton and Gunther had words again. Whoa. And then Ludwig, right? He took out his leg. Oh, Ludwig! Good old Ludwig! The lights went out and the Wyatts were brawling American Made. Whoa, man! The Wyatt booking is amazing right now. See Bronson Reed squash Miz? Yeah, man. Summer of 2024. Bronson versus Miz. That's gonna do it. That's gonna get us to a 1.7 and a 1.8 rating so we can be in the league of the low tier of Monday Night Football's competition. Because what's going to happen when Monday Night Football comes in a couple of weeks? Are you going to really pull in an average of 1.4, 1.5? Have we sunk that low? $698,000 for All In. Unit. What do you think about AEW's number, 698? Monday Night Raw, 1.6 sem-odd. I mean, this is going into Bash in Berlin next week, All In this week. These are some of the lowest numbers both companies have ever pulled. Sad. That's just sad. I agree. And it's funny. No, there's people that just don't want to hear it, right? Oh, no, man, let's talk about the positive. We want to. Where are they? Where are they? And when BC ripped this show apart, guess what happened? The ratings came out and it was a 1.6 sem-odd, right? If I rip this apart and it ended up being like a 2.1, all right? That's a shut the fuck up scenario, right? I was absolutely wrong. Guess it was a good show. Maybe I was just in a bad mood that night. Nope, halfway through, I just knew. 1 hour into it, a half an hour into it, 10 minutes into it, I was like, uh-oh, this is not going to be good, is it? Nope, it wasn't. And I was right. When you tell the truth, you're probably always going to be right. I was right. The number came out. 250,000 people said deuces, ooses. I don't care if they watched a bunch of old people tell lies at a convention. I don't care if they went and go watch an old Super Bowl. I don't care if they played in the middle of the road in traffic waiting for a Mack truck to come by. I don't care if they picked up a bad habit like smoking. I don't care what they did. 250,000 people said, this show isn't too good. I'm going to peace out. That's it. So you guys tell me, man, what's the for WWE anyway? For WWE, the scenario or AEW, what's the fix for it, right? Is it just in the booking? What's up, guys? A troll? Oh, we made somebody cry. Did we make somebody cry? Stop it, man. I love the wrestling. I love the wrestling, man. Stop it, okay? Oh man, BC. But I'm gonna go ahead and watch BC anyway because he's so damn entertaining. Let me just spend my day watching BC. But I'm upset with BC, but I just can't stop watching BC. Fucking BC, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of BC. Oh man, I just found that out. Isn't that wild how that works? What does CM Punk always say? Haters are some of your biggest fans, right? The haters will keep fucking watching non-stop. They're just the side of the fans that are envious, right? Jealous. They would love to be doing what you're doing. They just don't have the chops to do it. They're not good at it. They just don't have any of the resources or the inkling to do it. So they have to watch anyway, though, because damn, that's the best of the best. Right? Haters are some of your biggest fans. That's the old saying. But whether fan or not, guess what? What is a universal language? Is Das Boot! Somebody got booted! Bye-bye! Bye-bye! The fuck out, bitches! You're on the Amplified channel now! And when we ride, we go fast! Straight forward into the brick wall, bitches! You know how we do! We make them cry! I'm the asshole! I'm the asshole! I'm the asshole! Why do you make them cry all the time, BZ? You fucking dick, man! Oh, I know. You can't troll the ultimate bad guy. Yeah! Stop it, BC! Stop it, BC, man! 1-6 is amazing, man! BC, wrestling, man, I'm going to Wrestling Friday, BC! I'm going to wrestling! I'm gonna yell, this is awesome, BC! I'm gonna yell, this is awesome, BC! Don't say that the show that I go to is bad, okay? Cause I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna say this is awesome! Oh, geeks! Shut up! Shut up! Look at me! Do you think I give a fuck? Look at me! Do you think I give a fuck? I'm sitting here watching Tom. I'm fucking wearing Tommy, bro. I got fucking $1,000 in fucking watches you could only dream about. I'm wearing fine Italian and Irish pure flats. Check this shit out, man. This is grown-up shit. Please, stop it, man. Stop it. I love wrestling. Geeks. I don't deal with geeks. Look at me. Does BC come across as somebody that deals with geeks, bro? Fuck out of here. Fucking morons. Fuck out of here, bruh. You get smashed. IRL, internet. It don't matter. You get smashed, dog. You get smashed. Look at this. I got muscles that are the size of your entire fucking body. Look at these fucking arms. The fuck you dealing with, dog? Shut up. Fucking kids, man, who get out of fucking line because their parents turned around for a second. I got the internet. I play Sly. That's way live. I'm on the internet, play Sly. Woo! 698. Not good. And that brings us to Chris Jericho talking ratings too. Chris Jericho was snapping back recently, right? Jericho's 100 on the ups. I appreciate that, man. Let's take that to $125 plus. Chris Jericho recently asked about the fans that are showing up saying, please retire. Please retire, fans that don't want to see Jericho anymore. Well, Jericho says, they go in waves. I pay no attention to that. He says, and I quote, I couldn't care less what those fans have to say. Those are the same ones that were calling me a goat 3 years ago. He says it goes in waves, and it doesn't matter because his ratings are still some of the highest weekly. So if you're ever asking, ratings don't matter. If you ever say that, ratings don't matter. Chris Jericho, Tony Khan, They'll tell you. They bring it up all the time. Why? Because ratings matter. Jericho knows that. He's looking right there. He's with Tony Khan every single Thursday morning, waiting for those ratings to come out. So he's claiming that his segments, it's about 65% Jericho segments are some of the highest on the show. There's a lot of weeks where it's not, though. But he's trying to say that, you know what? Until the ratings go down drastically in my segments, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not retiring. And basically, you love it. You still love it. So Jericho clapping back a little bit, man. I don't know how you guys feel about the learning tree. Yes, no. Would you, if you're booking, do you have a talk with Jericho and say this just isn't working, we're going to scrap it? Or do you like the learning tree, man? Is it all systems go unit with the learning tree, or would you rather no thank you? Yes or no? Flip just says it sucks. That's great. It's cringe, says Juan. I don't mind the learning tree, Triple J. I just bring back 2008 Jericho, phenomenal. Talk about the Jax Harwood situation, armored. Jax Harwood. What happened to Jax Harwood? Nia Jax? List is better. Mike Rouse, Pimp Jesus, it's cringe. The boring tree, TKG. Jasmine likes the learning tree as well. Reese Monet. I love it, says Reese. Worst part of Dynamite, MD20. Robert says, what the fuck is the learning tree? A little bit mixed, actually. Some people don't mind it. Listen, if it's good creative, if it's fun, and Jericho can make things that are not so fun turn into something special, if it's done well, I don't mind it. Some weeks it is. I mean, from the segments that I am able to catch, it is rough. Simply unknown. I hate it with my soul. Interesting. I don't know. That's what Jericho's saying. He says, listen, you guys, basically you're fickle. A few years ago, you're saying I'm the GOAT. Now you want me to retire. The ratings show otherwise. So that's what Jericho is saying. He's talking some ratings as well. And that will take us to we might as well just stick AEW at this point, right? AEW. Ricochet to AEW. It's pretty much all but confirmed now by Rico and AEW, but it's official, right? Multi-year deal, multi-millions of dollars. Good or bad? First of all, let's start with that. Unit, just one word. Good or bad in the chat. Good or bad, this move for Ricochet and AEW. Is this a good marriage? Ricochet and AEW. Good marriage or not? Bad, says James Shrimp Fajitas. Alicia says yes. Just another guy, says Juan. Reese says yes. Bad unless he has MVP as the mouthpiece. Phenomenal. Good, I guess. Not going to do anything for the show overall, says Armored. Rob Reverne says yes. Still don't care about Rico shit, says Unknown. Flip says yes. Ray Hunt bad. Philip bad. Don't care, says Johnny Thunder. Jasmine not really. Simply Unknown not sure. Sriracha Boss Ricochet can't cut a solid promo. Pile Driver says good. He can play new shiny toy for a month. Mike Rouse says yeah, but make him a surprise. Gary says clearly it's just a midlife existential crisis gimmick. Insert Jericho freaky frozen grin. Oh, so you're talking Jericho. I got you, Gary. Rico better watch his girl and CM Punk. Gregory. CM Punk is mighty flirty with all the girl bands, especially the NXT gals. CM Punk is making those rounds, man. Tony Partita don't care. Robert, meh. He will just be looked at as another flipping flipper, says G Glover. Yeah, so here's the deal on Ricochet, guys. And I'm surprised. I thought he would come back to WWE just to get flattened one more time, right? Because WWE said because of the injury he sustained, what was it, Braun Breaker, I believe, that he needs some time off or something. So the way that they made it sound was like he is going to come back, probably get annihilated one more time, and that's how he's going to get written off TV if he doesn't re-sign with WWE. They decided, no, let's just have it waited out. We're not going to bring him back. And now we're hearing that he is already signed with AEW. So this looks like another situation where the contract ran out. He was not released or fired. Contract ran out. This is how WWE is doing business now. They're just letting contracts expire. Expire. You ever see that commercial? So everybody's contract is expired, and they're okay with letting people go, like Bobby Lashley, like Ricochet. They'll let Becky Lynch go if she keeps rejecting offers because they've already given her 2 offers. And they're starting to see, like, no matter who goes over there, it's not really budging that needle in the right direction, right? And it doesn't matter if Edge goes over there. It doesn't matter if it's Mercedes. And I respect these individuals, especially Mercedes and Edge. But I think they're seeing that they're going over there, and if anything, the needle's going backwards. So I don't think they care about losing people like Lashley anymore, or Ricochet, or Mercedes, or Becky Lynch. I don't think they care because they know, hey, it's a lot of money off our books, and they're not doing anything anywhere else. I think that's the deal with WWE letting these contracts expire. A lot of money is coming off the books, guys. Couple million for Ricochet, several million for Bob Lashley. I mean, this is going to help that flywheel. Remember what I told you guys when Endeavor took over? They want the flywheel, the same way that they recouped all that money from UFC when they took over UFC. And they got about $50 million. They want 75 to 100 from WWE. Well, guess what? You just got $5 million for 2 superstars, Ricochet, Bob Lashley. You can get another $3 million, 3 to 5 for Becky Lynch. That's how you're going to recoup a lot of that. Instead of just releasing them, they waited for the expiration. So now you talk that's WWE side of things. That's why they conducted this business, said, no, thank you. We're not going to match anything. We're not going to bend over backwards to keep you, Ricochet. And a lot of people are upset with Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. How could you let him go? First it was Lashley. Now you just let Ricochet go out the door. How can you allow that? Listen, this is one of those times where I'm not blaming Hunter at all. What else did you want him to do, man? Ricochet had a ceiling, guys. You may love Ricochet, but was he ever going to be larger than life? Or was he ever going to be talked about in the same category as The Rock or Stone Cold or Hogan or Warrior or Savage? Was he even going to be talked about in the realms of Eddie Guerrero, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Benoit? Like, that's an honest question. On the microphone, he struggled too much. In terms of making memorable matches, he struggled. He always was putting out good matches, right? Everyone was captivated, right? We're all like cats and he's the toy, and we're all like this during his matches. And during them, everybody's yelling, "This is awesome." And afterwards on social, everyone's going, "Wow, did you see that? 26 stars." But nobody's actually talking about them the next day or a week later or 2 weeks later. We always talk about how Mercedes Moné Sasha Banks is everybody's best match or one of. But you don't say that with Ricochet, if you've noticed, right? Even though all of them are pretty good, right? Just some examples. Chad Gable, August 7th, Monday Night Raw. Last year's August. This is Ricochet's, that year where he was having all those matches consecutive. Chad Gable, August 7th, Raw. Shinsuke through all of September. Shinsuke Nakamura. Dominic Mysterio several times in October. Drew McIntyre, New Year's resolution. Gunther on the holiday tour several times. Sami Zayn, Raw, March 12th. Logan Paul at the pay-per-view. PLE. Dragunov a couple times. Braun Breaker a couple times. But nobody's talking about how they're the greatest matches for any of those individuals, right? Logan Paul's, for instance, is Roman Reigns. Roman doesn't do all the flips and the dives, but Roman Reigns, everybody will tell you, is Logan Paul's best match so far in WWE. McIntyre, you could pick any one of his matches with Sheamus, and people would rate that higher than his match with Ricochet. You probably don't even remember McIntyre and Ricochet. And you can keep going, guys. Dragunov, no, Ricochet wasn't his best match, neither of those times. Dragunov, Walter. Dragunov and Dijak. So my point is, it's easily forgettable. Why is that? That's for us to figure out, right? That's not just the microphone. What is making Ricochet forgettable after his match is over? Not even David Meltzer gave Will Ospreay and Ricochet He didn't even rate that in Ospreay's top 10 matchups. Top 10 matchups. Ospreay and Ricochet didn't even make his top 10. They faced each other many times, by the way. Not even Meltzy Boy put Ricochet and Ospreay into Ospreay's top 10 matchups. This is somebody that rates matches. So Hunter Hearst Helmsley probably said, all right, there's a couple million on the books. Your contract's coming up. I don't know how much farther I can go with you. There seems to be a ceiling. If you truly feel like you want to feel out another company, do it, bro. But I cannot give you another $3 or $4 million just to flip and dive all over the ring. That's Hunter Hearst Helmsley is not to blame here, man. Ricochet wants to spread his wings and see if he can do his wrestling elsewhere and be more appreciated. That's fine, but that's not Hunter Hearst Helmsley's fault. So now you switch over to AEW. Now it's a situation now where either this dude is going to move that needle or he just clogged the company even more. Took up another spot. The ship now has another body on it, and this ship is going to start sinking, AEW. Because nobody's moving the needle. Mercedes, unfortunately, Edge, Okada, Ospreay, they all came around the same time. Edge a little bit earlier. And the rating went backwards. The needle somehow went backwards. So is hiring more and more people, is that? I'm asking here, man, because I'm hoping for the best. Is this the best way to go about it? Just because Ricochet is a free agent, come on in, we'll have 6-star classics. Or at least they hope. We'll do more matches with Ospreay. We'll bring back Vikingo. Ricochet Vikingo. BC, could you imagine? They'll do the thing and then the other thing and then the 630 inadverted plancha. We're going to yell, this is awesome, the entire match, BC. But even the niche fans, the niche audience is saying, well, hold on, man. I mean, we're even kind of checked out with all this just pure wrestling matchups. Like if Ricochet is not going to go to the next level character-wise and that feeling-wise, right? Shatter the ceiling that he's currently got placed above him. If that's not going to happen, then he is, somebody said it in this chat, just another dude on the roster. There's no doubt he's going to put on good matchups. Have you seen AEW's roster? Everybody can put on a damn good match, great match. But I don't know what this does business-wise other than take another spot. There was already a lot of wrestlers that were pissed off because they're not getting TV time. Or they're being shoved on a second B or C, even D-rated show. Or just told, we got nothing for you. They can't even find anything for Ricky Starks right now. He's already got one foot out the door, but still. And these talents are becoming frustrated. So now that he keeps getting more and more WWE talents, he keeps getting the Edges and the Mercedes and Ricochet. Well, you're going to, a lot of your homegrown AEW audience is going to start going, hold on, man, we like Ricochet. We're going to see the bangers, but I mean, there's a lot of talent that needs that TV time, and you already have too many talents. You have like 300 people on your roster. This boat is going to sink, man. So that's the only options right now, right? Tony Khan's giving millions to him. That's the report anyway, guys, is the contract has already been signed, sealed, delivered, and he's a part of AEW. That's the report. And if that's the case, it's one of two options. He's truly going to be something special and move that needle, or he just clogged and added onto a roster that was already kind of sinking because there's too many people on the roster. Too many people on the boat. At some point, people have to get off the boat. So, Unit, what are you popping off chat-wise, man? Ricochet needs to learn to play the heel with Ospreay. Rob Revere. G. Glover, if he's lower to Rampage, then damn, fam, damn. Yeah, listen, how many times have we seen a big free agent show up on Rampage or Collision immediately? D. Brown, people shitted on Max Caster for saying the same things about ex-WWE guys taking up TV time for no reason. Remember that, D. Brown? It's one of those things. You're going to feed the niche that just wants to see wrestling, right? They don't care about larger than life characters. They don't care about the storylines even that much. They want to watch wrestling. Two dudes in their tights or their underwear or whatever. They just want to see them do sequences nonstop. Do all the flips, do the dives, do all the things that, they maybe do in the backyard on the trampoline. And they're okay with it, man. That's awesome to them. And that's their prerogative. Much respect. There's a lot of fans like BC. We don't care about the bangers, man. I don't care about 6 stars. I don't care about 20 stars. I don't care if you rate it 2 stars. I don't care about that. I want to see larger than life characters or characters we give a damn about in a storyline that we really are into, in a feud that is next level. So you want to take your wallet out, say pick a card. Got to catch this PLE pay-per-view. That's what I care about, man. You could put Ricochet in there with anybody. They could flip and dive for an hour and 5 minutes. I'll take Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior, WrestleMania 7, career-ending match any day. Or Savage, Ric Flair, WrestleMania 8 in that championship match because of the feud, the title storyline, the mannerisms, the selling, everything that was put into those stories and that match. And you can go down the road. There's so many that I would choose. And the wrestling was maybe body slams, elbow drops, clotheslines. That's it. That's it. Why was Roman Reigns and Logan Paul rated higher than Logan Paul Ricochet when Roman Reigns barely left his feet the entire match? Because Roman Reigns and Logan Paul was more captivating. It's that simple. Roman just didn't have to do all those things. MJF said it best. Remember MJF live on AEW Dynamite one week? This was a while back. But MJF says, I don't need to put my career on the line and do all these stupid moves. I make you feel something. The second he comes through the curtain, I make you feel something. Where all these other people, they got to do all of these things, land on their head 106 times, and try to get a reaction that everybody will forget 20 minutes later. MJF, he's right, though. That's the recipe in pro wrestling that works. Characters we care about, man. And when you put them in there with other characters we care about in a storyline that you spent time on and that's creative and that's dynamite, no pun intended, then you have a feud that's off to the races and where you're going to be captivated the entire way. You're wondering why Mercedes is not working in AEW, right? It's unfortunate to say that. It's because there was no plan. There was never. The wrestling side of it, great. She's winning her matches. She's got a couple titles already. Right? She's finally in something that more people care about, Britt Baker, for this weekend. But other than that, too many weeks just saying words on a microphone when we all know that's not the strongest suit for her. Too many weeks of just literally nothing. You had her debut, and the momentum, the sizzle, the heat completely cooled down immediately. Can't do that. So with Ricochet, from the moment he debuts, you get that first chance out of first impression. You let him rock out. You better have a plan. Right? Bubba Ray just got scolded by Booker T. Bubba Ray says, Bubba said that Roxy should not go to the main roster until, or unless they have a plan for her. Otherwise, it'll be devastating. Now, that's obvious, right? You say that about anybody. I know a lot of you guys yesterday in the upload, we talked about it. You're like, yeah, I kind of agree with Bubba. Of course we do. He's stating the obvious. Any wrestler should not go anywhere unless you have a plan for it. So Booker T got offended because that's one of his wrestling school students, right? That's basically like his kid. So Booker T said, literally, I don't see any of Bubba's students out here doing nothing. I'm just saying. Scolded Bubba Ray. But we could say that about anybody. Don't go anywhere. Don't debut unless you have a full throttle plan. A trajectory that is going to take the audience for a wild ride. Say what you want about Bischoff. I don't like the fact that he just bashes one company, AEW, all the time. It's like a shtick at this point. But say what you want about him. The way he debuted Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, we were all on a ride. There was fans that didn't even like WCW. They felt there was tribalism back then, not like it is today. But there was tribalism. People did not want to leave WWF. But what Eric Bischoff was doing on WCW, you couldn't look away. You had to take the ride with Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and eventually Hogan. Because they had a plan. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, same dude. Razor Ramon, Scott Hall when he was the Razor Ramon character. Do you see the way that Vince debuted him? All the vignettes for months? showed up, won all his matches up front. Majority, there was one hiccup, and then The Undertaker was a hiccup. Other than that, Razor Ramon was a dude you looked at and said, damn, you can get behind him because he's a real winner. He's literally a winner. He's not 50-50 booked. He ain't no chump. He ain't no loser. He's the real deal. They had a plan for Razor Ramon. I'm just using some examples, guys. But Ricochet cannot just be another spoke on the wheel. This dude cannot show up to AEW and just start putting on niche bangers. Because I know that's what we're going to do. We're going to play the same game. Oh my God, could you imagine Malachi versus Ricochet in AEW? They're going to bring back Vikingo. Somehow we'll get the Hangman in Ricochet. We'll get the Murphy in Ricochet. Matthews, Murphy, whatever you want to call him. It's going to be amazing. But what's it doing? How many of these wrestling matches can you take in before you're like, all right, I need more? Sorry, not sorry. BC is not one of these fans that needs to see two dudes put on moves for a half an hour. And then when it's done, put another two dudes in there. And let's do it another 20 minutes. And put another two. Now we got a female match. Let them go 20 minutes. I don't need that. I need a reason to care. Build up the characters. Build up these wrestlers. Make them literally superstars. And then put them in captivating scenarios and storylines. It's that simple. I don't care how many good matches you can put on. I can see great matches every night of the week, twice on Friday, 3 times on Saturday, and 5 times on Sunday. Great matches. I've been watching great wrestling matches for decades. That's not fun to a lot of fans, and BC is included. So for a lot of people, Ricochet just having wild wrestling matches, that's probably not going to move the needle. Because we've already seen a lot of the Ospreys and the Vikingos and the... I don't know, you can put Okada a little bit in there, right? Okada, and I like all these individuals. I'm just thinking about Okada right now. They're all awesome individuals, but it didn't move the needle. And you have to ask why, right? Well, that's the only thing you could come to the conclusion of. There's not enough substance for people to care. Okay, they're doing all these moves. What is making me stick around for 2 hours on my prime time? They have to do something special with Ricochet. They have to. So, if you're thrilled that Ricochet is going to AEW, that's awesome. He's going to get to do a lot more of what he thinks believes he's capable of, and most likely is, right? He gets to do those wrestling matches he wants to do and have less restraints. Because clearly he felt that even though it's not Vince anymore, Hunter Hearst Helmsley still has a lot of restraints on these matchups. So he feels this is the best place. So, good for him and good for everybody that wants to see it. I just hope that this truly moves the needle in the right direction, because otherwise, guys, it's another dude taking up another spot, and the ratings are still going to be in the 600,000s. You guys know that's accurate. How many major debuts have we seen in the last few months? Major debuts for AEW. And you're telling me that 698 is the best they can do? It's because fans are checking in maybe to see what they do the first week, and then they're like, no thanks. Unknown says Ricochet needs a character and a mouthpiece. Well, he's definitely not known for his mic work. And we've seen Mercedes show up to AEW, and that still continues to be a daunting task to get over. The AEW audience just is not forgiving with that, man. You have to be able to rock a mic to elevate the storyline. You know, we've seen that with that audience, and that's why they're kind of rejecting Mercedes. I never thought that would happen. As long as you have even a decent plan for Mercedes, you're going to be fine. But the rejection of it is clearly because they're not into it. And you're talking about somebody who can put on the good wrestling matchups. So if Ricochet's in the middle of that ring and he's got to cut a promo to elevate a storyline, you better hope that it works. But it's either going to be one of two. Nobody knows right now, right? We're hoping for the best. Ricochet's going to show up and he's either going to be a game changer or he's going to be a channel changer. People are going to set that remote down and go, oh, this is going to be good. Or they're going to pick that remote up and change the channel. No, thanks. No thanks. I don't need to see Ricochet versus Darby Allin for 25 minutes. A lot of people are going to say that, guys. But if they got a badass story rocking, you know, it's possible. Logan Paul and Ricochet's story was actually good, guys, especially the involvement of Samantha. I actually thought that was Ricochet's best work, and either he or they never capitalized from it. And Ricochet was pretty much right back into irrelevancy. And even when Hunter supposedly was giving him that last push, it never felt like there was any sustainability or consistency. I do too, Unknown. I definitely do too as well. Batty Banks, how you doing? How you doing, Batty Banks? So, that's the Ricochet talk. It's one way or the other. It's a game changer or he's a channel changer. This is either going to move the needle, even if it's slightly, or it's not moving anything. In fact, it might just go backwards because now you just clogged up the boat even more. The boat is going to start sinking eventually if you keep hiring all of these individuals. And I don't know if this is the recipe, you know? Every time he hires somebody new, the ratings go backwards. Maybe that's the audience saying stop, right? Maybe this is where Tony Khan has to go, wait, maybe, even though Ricochet fits in AEW, right? Fits. Like an orange in an orange field, fits perfectly. Maybe we should hold off, man. Because the audience is starting to get a little annoyed. They're rejecting all these dudes. We'll see. Game changer or channel changer. That's the only... it's one way or the other. And I think Ricochet, if this does not significantly do anything, ratings-wise or buzz or make the product better, then that has to be the final... That has to be the final contract given out by Tony Khan for a while. I honestly believe he has to put a cap on the organization, look at what he has, and say, how can we make what we have right now better? Because a lot of times, guys, it's quality over quantity. You could have 1,000 talents on your roster, and they might not do as good as a roster that has maybe 50. Let me go over to some... Before I go super chats, let me just say, guys, real quick. SmackDown tonight. This is what Grayson Waller said on the social doohickey. Can't wait for this is Grayson Waller. Can't wait for the day people wake up and realize Cody was always the bad guy in the story. And Cody Rhodes responded, interesting take. How about we chat on SmackDown? And I think that is going to lead to a Waller effect with Cody Rhodes. And don't be shocked if you see one of these redundant, can they coexist tag matchups. Right before Bash in Berlin, Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes, don't be surprised if Waller and Theory are being used as picks as Owens and Cody have to tag up. We call this in the industry, can they coexist? It's redundant, it's boring, it holds no suspense, it's not fun. And I'm pretty sure nobody this deep into summer needs to now see Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens in a tag team facing Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. But don't be shocked, guys, if that match is made tonight on SmackDown because of this little Cody Rhodes Waller face-to-face. I knew when Waller and Theory got together, I knew they were only going to be booked to be the clowns that is going to be in everybody's feud to elevate them. I knew it, and here we are, man. Owens and Cody most likely going to be a tag team tonight. Or Owens will save Cody because Theory jumps in and helps Waller. So, guys, yeah, Mr. Big 200, always with this redundant booking, man. Redundancy is one thing. When it's that boring, when it's that bad, you got to get... This is what I mean about creativity. Come on, man. You picked Kevin Owens out of the blue, out of nowhere. Even Kevin Owens said, I'm not worthy to have a title match. And that's what you're going to go with next weekend. And this is the best creativity you have? What if we have Cody and Owens in a tag team? Can they coexist against Waller and Theory? And then you wonder why people like BC we do our review and we're not going to lie? You expect people like BC to watch this and then do a review and tell my audience, guys, did you see that the segment when they coexisted? Oh man, for a moment it looked like they weren't gonna coexist. Did you see it? I can't lie to my audience. I won't lie to my audience. There's no way. I won't do it. Never have. Ain't gonna do it. Guys, let me go over to the super chats real quick. I want to give a shout out over to Joker716. 3 separate super chats. $5 Booker T super chat. And also a couple 2 spots. Two times. $5, $2, Joker716. Several coffees chucked at the channel. I appreciate you big time, Joker716. My man B, mother and C. Good to finally catch you live. Work's been busy, but I'm glad to be here with the unit today. Let's get amplified. Joker716 also says, also my 32nd birthday was yesterday. Joker716. Happy birthday, bro. Belated, but still amplified birthday. Joker716, salute, man. Pretty cool. BC's birthday this weekend as well, man. So pretty cool. Yeah, man, those late August SummerSlam used to be around this time every single year, and then now recently it just gets earlier and earlier. Soon it's going to be in January. SummerSlam in January. Joker716 also says, and this is why I stay tuned into the channel. Laugh my ass off. Joker716 having a little bit of fun earlier on the channel. I know, Joker716. I knew, man. I had a lot of coffees today. I'm super amplified. Let me just get one dumb fuck. I'm gonna shred him. Joker716. That's what we do, doggy. We shred him, man. Old school. We the assholes. Sam Byers. A 20-spot mini banger, dude. Sam Byers. I got to give you a salute on that, man. No words needed. Sam Byers just stopped by, chucked, basically a box of coffee at the channel and said, I'll catch this later, BC. Sam Byers, salute. Fucking mini banger bomb. Stealth mode, badass. Appreciate that, Sam Byers. Rob Reverne, $5, Booker T super chat. Rob Reverne says, I won't remember matches from weeks ago, but I'll remember Logan's silly prime truck. LA Knight calling it a piece of trash, and driving away in it. Exactly, Rob Reverne. Appreciate the super chat, man. Appreciate the coffee, but you're exactly right. That's my point. Even if it's simplistic, show that you care. Do something outside the box. You don't have to move mountains. It can be simplistic. Something as stupid and as silly as Logan's prime truck. Put it into a story. Put it into a segment when they smash the driver's side window out, right? And LA Knight steals it and Logan's chasing after it. That's what you're going to remember. It ain't going to be the match. You're not going to remember the sequences or the match between Santos Escobar and LA Knight or Mello and Andrade. You're not going to remember it. It's a microwave society. During it, you're going to yell, this is awesome. And maybe you'll go online and go, this was amazing. But you're going to forget it minutes later. But you're going to remember the moments. You're going to remember the special segments that actually had something of validity put into it. That's what pro wrestling's always been about. That's what I preach because I've watched this for decades. I'm telling you guys what works and doesn't. If you like it, that's fine, right? We all like things that other people don't. We don't like things that other people like. I'm not shredding anybody for liking something that I don't. I'm saying what is good and working and what is not good and not working. When something is as bad as a lot of things that happen on Raw, and then they pull a 1.6 rating, BC was right. If I said the show sucked and they pulled a 2.3, BC was wrong. I was right. 250,000 people said deuces. Some watched a Democratic convention, some played in traffic, some fucking played video games, some just fucking did cartwheels in their room. I don't know. But they did not watch Raw. 250,000 people in 1 week said no thank you. And it happens to be when BC said that was my breaking point. This show sucked. Rob Reverne, exactly right. The moments, man. You gotta have them in pro wrestling. Now, Big Nang, Vince's birthday is 24th, I believe. Vince's birthday is tomorrow. So if you guys want to wish Vincent Kennedy a happy birthday, right? You can send him a paralegal. Come on! It's no. Oh, man. Also, guys, I got to also Rob Reverne, I appreciate that. Let me make sure. I got my channel members as well. I put in Jericho's. I got the AEW Dynamite. I went over Rico. Oh, that might be it. Did I go? Oh man, I went 10 minutes over. I tried to get this in 1 hour, guys. I really did try to put this all in 1 hour. I was just off by 10 minutes. What is this? Hold on. Let me see, man. I don't know if I could. If I start up another story, this is going to go another 20 minutes. Oh, this is funny. Hold on. Ospreay says this about Ricochet, and I quote, this is from Will Ospreay. If it is true, and he is coming to AEW, I am calling you out to remind everybody who the fuck you are, bruh. You, without a shadow of a doubt, were the man. Dragon Gate, PWG, the Indies, around the world. No one could fucking touch you. So I'm calling you out, bruv. I am saying remind the world that you are one of the best to have ever done this, man, because I believe it, and I believe it. Then you've got to believe in yourself now, boss. So Ospreay is trying to dig deep for that Ricochet that, you know, really, I don't know what he's digging for. Ricochet still does all the flips in the dives, and that's what he's known for. I mean, Ospreay has had matches with Ricochet. Not even Meltzer has put him in his top 10 list, so I don't know what else could possibly happen. I mean, I'm sure now because it's an AEW, maybe Meltzer finally says it's one of Ospreay's top 10. Maybe, I don't know. But I just... Ricochet to AEW, I just have a feeling that this is going to end up like another spoke on the wheel. Like after just a week or two, tops, he's just going to be another guy on the roster. And I really hope that's not the case. So we'll see. Marie, appreciate that. It's coming up for sure. I thought the last PPV would be the PLE, whatever you want to call it, would be the last stream. But I didn't have time to do the edits and the pre-records earlier, so I said, all right, I'm going to carve out an hour later, and that's what I was able to do now. All right, guys, I think that's it. 12 minutes over the hour that I said I would try to get this in. But until next time, there will be that Next Time SmackDown tonight. Obviously, the review coming up within the next 24 hours. Thank you guys for being live with BC up front. Nearly $150 on the ups live on 1 hour of notice. Without the tube even pushing this, by the way, so that's badass. To the replay unit, you guys smash that up if you don't mind. I appreciate you guys as well, my replay unit. And all my channel members, man, if you were not able to be here live, this is a salute to you. If you throw a coffee at the channel every month in channel membership, I really do appreciate you guys top notch. I appreciate you big time. Ow, yeah. So we're going to go get a lot more coffee. I got a lot of business to conduct, but you guys will have a SmackDown review at some point this weekend, I assure you. Until next time, there will be that next time. Top guys, we are not out. Not out. Joker716 said, hold up. We chucking a coffee into the end zone. Joker716 with a $5 Booker T super chat. Joker716, salute, bro. You stopped the cold finish right in its tracks. Joker716 says another session with the Bonafide, the Electrified, the Amplified, B motherfucking C. Catch you next time, brother. I'm going long. There we go. That's how you end it. Joker716 knows the deal, brah. Here we go. Here it goes. And this is going into the end zone. I'm amplified, so this is going a good 85. I don't even care. If I throw the arm out again, I throw the arm out. I'll be right back in the gym in 6 hours, I assure you. Go long, guys. Salute. Longer than that, man.